Good afternoon, my name is Alexandra Barker and today I dissected a sheep's brain. The sheep's brain here is a very fragile organ and it has the texture and the consistency of firm tofu. The first thing I did in this dissection was I took off the meninges, and the meninges' purpose is to surround the sheep's brain and serve as a protective layer between the brain and the skull itself. The meninges also houses some blood vessels in the subarachnoid spaces to help supply the brain with the necessary nutrients it needs. So this is the meninges. Next we have the cerebral cortex, and this is the what you see here. This is the superficial part of the brain, and the cerebral cortex involves all of the higher functioning processes that our brain does, including thinking, forming memories, and mathematical computations. The cerebral cortex is divided into different lobes, and each lobe corresponds to the skull above each section. So here in the front we have the frontal lobe, and then we have the parietal lobes on each side, and then we have the temporal lobes located down here on either side, and then the rear here we have the occipital lobe. Now, if we want to take a closer look at the brain, we can see that there are these ridges and depressions, and the ridges are called gyri, and the depressions are called sulci. From this position, you can also see that the brain is separated into two hemispheres, and this line here is called the longitudinal fissure that separates these two hemispheres. Another important fissure would be this lateral fissure here, and this separates the frontal lobe from the temporal lobe. Now, if we make a cut in the middle of the brain, we can open up the brain and see the internal structures of the brain. And so starting inferior to superior, we have the different structures of the internal brain. So here at the very, very bottom would be the spinal cord, and as we move our way up would be the medulla oblongata. This little pronunciation here would be the pons, and then as we move up we have the midbrain, and then this circle here, this is the thalamus. And then underneath the thalamus, as the brain looks this way, would be the hypothalamus. This up here would be the pineal gland. And then this long flat surface here, this is called the corpus callosum, and this connects both hemispheres of the brain together. Moving back down, we have the cerebellum, and you can see the different colors and the branching within the cerebellum. The darker portion here, this is called gray matter, and then the lighter portion here, this is called the white matter. And the white matter is made up of the neuron axons that are myelinated. So this is the conclusion of my sheep brain dissection. I hope you enjoyed and have a great day.